Hello, welcome to Blue Lizard Farm. When we first got started, there wasn't a lot of tools for specialty crop farmers, and we had to kind of adapt as we went along. Now, there's companies out there that are building equipment just for specialty crop producers. Let's go over some of the tools that work best for my operation. This is the Haas Wheel Hoe, and I haven't really named products, but this has been my friend since the beginning. We bought it once. I've been through 2 sets of handles, but it is just absolutely essential to get your weeds between your walkways. We used to use it to take out your last crops before we plant the new crop. So Haas even has seeders that you could attach. The hoe is probably for us the most important tool we use. This hoe is used for removing weeds around plants. It works really well, and edges of hoop houses can be very beneficial, but mostly it really works. There's lots of dexterity. You can get around plants that you've planted and get rid of your weeds. Sometimes you need to test your soil on your own. The tools that you have to do that, the pH is really important, and that with the right pH means you are able to make nutrients available to the plants. And so sometimes you're having problems, but you don't have time to, by the time you send off a soil sample and get it back, the crop may not be any good for harvest anymore. So I use a fairly inexpensive soil tester. It's great because it connects to my phone, so it records everything that I do. And you just put it in the soil, give it a twist to get down where you want to test. And give it a little time, because it takes time for it to calculate what the pH is. So it's reading 7.3, which for some people back east may not be so great, but for us, that's not too bad. And so then I can hit save on my phone, write down what hoop house it is, save the results, and then I can use it later for analysis in the wintertime when I'm trying to figure out what our pH was throughout the year. The other really important test that I have is more for hydroponics and also testing for your nutrients, and make sure you're giving the right parts per million to your plants. And so I use this a lot in our hydroponic tomato houses. First, you have to test your water and find out how much dissolved solids in a pH that you, or not pH, in parts per million that you have. So mine is regularly between 450 and 475. So that means if I want to give the plants 100 parts per million of fertilizer, then once the mix is done and it's being dispensed to the plants, it should test at 550 to 575 parts per million. That's how you know you're giving the plants the right nutrients. I have, this is for basically for the soils. This is for the parts per million. And I have even a higher quality pH tester for testing the water once it comes out as nutrients, or once the nutrients have been combined, so that I can make sure that I'm giving my tomatoes just the perfect pH. The most important thing that we can do for any crop that we grow is post-harvest handling. It's all battery operated, so I charge it with a solar panel. It's got a blade on the front. We adjust the height, just roll down the rows. So all of our rows in the hoop houses, except for number 3, that's 2 feet wide. The blade is 4 feet wide. We have to hang over a foot on either side, 2 feet in the center. So that's the way all of our beds are set up. So they're 5-foot beds. So I hang off on one walkway, and then there's a 1 foot center, and then 2 foot beds. But for us in our greens, we come out, we cut usually about 25, 30 pounds, and we rush it right in to go into our greens washer that chills the crop very quickly and removes that field heat. So our wash line is really adaptable. It's primarily, its use is for greens, but we've washed carrots and beets and turnips and lettuce heads all through our wash line as well. So that equipment is good for more than just greens production. It will also wash other crops that we grow. So we need to have the right equipment so that we can have food safety standards and a wash line that will put out a product that's safe and clean for the consumers.
If you like the content here, please subscribe. If you have questions, comment down below.